We're at Dirty Dog Farm, which is in the Hudson Valley, New York. We are a regenerative, grass-fed cattle farm primarily. We also raise lamb, and we market a couple other things that our friends raise. Overall, a regenerative livestock meat business. Yeah, probably the first 2 years it was really an unplanned grind. Just farmers markets, a little bit of like word of mouth stuff.
The farmers market model for us was just not sustainable. You're taking so much time going to 3 markets a week out of your workday while you're trying to, just with me and my business partner Josh, trying to build up this farm.
And between working off the farm and running the farm and everything that we had going on, I felt like I didn't have the time to teach myself this stuff. There's cheaper ways to learn digital marketing, but I was like, I would rather accelerate that process and make the investment than feel like this for years.
While our meat was growing, we were growing vegetables so we could get quick turnover of cash. We were growing chickens because they only take months instead of years to finish. It's just wasn't sustainable for us.
I had actually found some of Cam's early stuff. When I did implement some of the tactical stuff he talked about, it always worked. At some point in 2021 was when we signed up for what was COD at the time. And early on, the things that really worked for us, I would say I resonated immediately with the email strategy. That worked very well. We did some of the giveaway stuff early on. We had some early wins. We went straight from being pretty bummed out in like summer, fall 2021 to, I can remember we had a great spring sale in 22, which at the time was, I think we sold 4 head on opening day or something. And that was like, we have never done this in 6 months. That was a great early win that made us see, okay, if we can execute on this strategy, it will work. That was also, we had switched to doing bulk beef only at that point, and we had done a lot of bundles and smaller stuff before then, and Lacey talked us in to just a bulk beef only strategy.
So then the free freezer idea, giving away a free freezer with a certain amount of beef, became a huge selling point. We could just box it up and ship it out and make it so much easier you're getting so much meat already that simplifying the process as much as possible for the consumer was a huge breakthrough in our minds. And we weren't thinking about it necessarily from new consumers' points of view. We were deep in the farm world, so it was just having guidance and help, which farmers are notoriously afraid to ask for. Immediately had people who knew exactly what to do.
And that was really big. That allowed us to do what we've done over the next 2 years. So a couple big things were, 1, committing to email. That really helped. 2 is just consistency overall. Instead of always marketing like you're going to the farmer's market and just being like, okay, I need to sell today. Now I'm up to, generally I send 3 or 4 emails a week. Then the other thing is the mindset of trying to find your customer and realize that it's okay if you get 1% of 1% of people to like you. That is an enormous volume of people.
But the stuff that really opened my eyes was the network of farmers all over the country that they connected you with. You can just link up with them and have a 20-minute conversation about what worked for them and why, and what worked for you and why, and just bounce off ideas. And it's like program created this universe of farmers that I would have never met. Now I have a resource, an encyclopedia of farmers all over the country that I can dip into and are happy to talk to me because we all have the same mission, same goal.
I thought that the group aspect was probably maybe even the most valuable piece of it, was being able to meet these people all around the country, see what they're doing, and not feel like you're really competing. Yeah, I think the community aspect is one of the most valuable pieces of the program.
Top tier, unexpected, and the best thing about it, in my opinion.
Farm Rebel does make it easy if you do that program. I know there are ranchers out there who are truly, I don't know anything about this. Definitely don't let something that you're just not totally comfortable with scare you away from a better life and business for you and your family.
I think that you shouldn't be afraid of that, and you shouldn't be afraid if they tell you to raise your prices, because these marketing folks know what they're talking about. this, you have to do this. If you're already making money, that's who this is gonna blow your business up in the best way. It's perfect for people who are on the come up.
It got us to a level where we were able to commit to the strategy of our business and thinking about how we can grow without feeling like our hair was on fire all the time. But if you're in a position where you're committed to your business and you want to grow it over time and you're able to look at things strategically as an investment, then I highly recommend getting some coaching. It doesn't have to be something that you figure out on your own. But yeah, I highly recommend working with Farm Rebel and making that investment in yourself, your business, the engine of your business, which is selling.